What's up, guys? Happy 4th. That was weird. What was that? That was a little weird. Happy 4th of July. Listen, entrepreneurship can be isolating, and I get it. It's a self-inflicted kind of isolation because, like, sure. I mean, the cool thing about being an entrepreneur is you kind of have control, like, whatever. Like, you make your hours, you decide pretty much everything. So, I guess it doesn't have to be isolated. But the thing that happens when you get better and you are constantly working on something, and like, people don't understand it. Your friends that work at a restaurant or they're like landscapers or like whatever, they work a 9 to 5 job, they don't understand that, and that's okay. They shouldn't have to understand that because they're not in your shoes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, it's tough because as you go down the path of entrepreneurship, or at least from what I've seen for the year that I've been an entrepreneur, is like your standard for the people you surround yourself with and the people you spend your time with only increases. And, you see like the Alex Hormozis and the Andy Frisells and all them talk about this all the time, about how like you're like in that middle stage where you don't really relate to your old friends, but you don't have the external results to like reach that new group of friends that are like entrepreneurs and are doing well for themselves and all that. And you're kind of just stuck. And, this has become blatantly obvious to me as it's 4th of July, 8 p.m. And I'm in my room sitting here working. And like, I'm looking back at my flashbacks from the past like 2, 3, 4th of July. So I'm just like, wow, I'm a completely different person. And then I go through like the Instagram stories, and everyone's at the beach, everyone's having fun. And like, it kind of hurts a little bit sometimes. But if you really like look into what you're trying to do with your life, you shouldn't, like, it's really just another day. Like, almost all holidays or special events or times where people, it's kind of like the social norm to like go out and party and have a good time. And it's like, that doesn't really matter, because is that what you're like optimizing for as an entrepreneur? No, like, you're trying to make more money. You're not necessarily trying to maximize your fun output. So you kind of just have to like center yourself and really like days like today where you do see all those people having fun and you're like, damn, like, I don't really have anyone to have fun with. And like I said, it's like, it's completely self-inflicted. Like, if I wanted to have a ton of friends, wow, that sounds like someone who like can't get friends, justifying why they don't have friends. That's what it sounds like. But I promise you it's not like that. Like, if I wanted to go out and have fun, I could be doing that. But then I think about like, who are the people that I would go out and have fun with? Like, do they really add to my life, or do they have the same like aligned visions? And it's tough. Like, when you're really into something, whether you want to be a great athlete, or maybe you're studying really hard, you're taking summer classes, you're trying to be a doctor, or you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're trying to build your business, and like all your time is just going into one focused goal, it kind of feels like anything outside of that is like a waste, or it feels like wrong. And the people who aren't doing that don't understand that. So that, in turn, like I said, makes it harder for you to connect with people and harder for you to find relationships where it feels like it's a meaningful use of time. And of course, I do have those friends where like, we bounce ideas off each other. We help each other out with problems. And we are kind of on the same path, and we can relate to certain things. But the thing is, those friends are busy doing like, they're building what they're building too. So it's kind of like you guys are both busy, and it's like, shit, like, so, and kind of circling back, it's like this past year, I've been so laser focused that there have been a lot of times where I've been like, damn, like, I kind of really am a little bit lonely. But never once have I allowed myself to like get immersed in that feeling and really just like be sad about it, because it's almost like a good thing. You see yourself changing, like your standards are just constantly changing in real time, and your idea of fun is changing. Like, my idea of fun last year would be like partying at the beach right now, and I totally have the option to do that this year right now, but that's not how I want to spend my time anymore. And it's cool, like, as much as it sucks not really having anyone that you can relate to or really spend time with, you see yourself growing, And then since you don't have time to spend with other people, so you're just spending all that time growing what you're growing, and that's just not going to end up as a bad thing ever. And you move so much faster when you don't have like going out on the weekend distractions and shit like that. So it kind of feels like it sucks sometimes, yeah, but like if you flip it and you think of the bright side, like glass half full, you're doing pretty good. And it's a good thing that you're not doing what everyone else is doing, because most people live a mediocre life for not just their 18 to 20s to 30, like their whole life. So if you know you don't want to be mediocre, and you know that most of the people that are in your like your high school friend group, or like the people you played sports with growing up, or like the people you used to associate with and spend your extra time with, if you know that they're not on the same path that you're on, then you shouldn't feel bad or be upset that you're not spending your time with them anymore. And like, sure, like maybe you don't really have anyone to spend time with, which is kind of like the idea that I've been, saying this whole video. But it's like, you just don't have the right people to spend time with. So it's a good thing you're not spending time with them anyway. I don't know. That's pretty much it. But that's how I'm kind of like, sitting here 4th of July, working on my own onboarding forms, working on my referral program. And that's kind of how I feel. I don't know. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope maybe you can relate to it or whatever. I hope this can make you feel better if you do feel lonely. Like, don't ever let yourself get stuck in that. Like, oh, I'm so lonely. Like, cry about it, bro. How about you cry your way all the way to the bank from all the time that you're spending making money, instead of the time you're spending with people that are not your real friends, or people that are just detracting from what you're trying to do. So don't do that,